Hi, this is Kelly De La Torre reporting for ICOSA at the Global New Energy Summit in Colorado Springs. With us now is Tom Vessels. He's the president of Vessels Coal Gas and also the manager of North Fork Energy. Welcome to the show, Tom.
Thanks, glad to be here.
So at the summit today, we've been talking about the scope of the energy in landscape and what we can do to capture other energy. And Tom, you have a really unique energy capture technology that I'd like you to just give a little introduction.
Certainly. Thank you, Kelly. Yes, our project is to take methane, which is the major constituent of natural gas, that is being wasted and vented out of a coal mine, in this case an active coal mine, and convert it into electricity, and thereby do about three things. Use a wasting resource as a fuel and to earn economic benefits to continue the economic development and life cycle of a coal mine, and also as a environmental greenhouse gas mitigation project. So it's good for both a natural resource, an economic development, and a cleaning up of the atmosphere.
But to be clear, this gas is actually, it's always vented out of these coal mines anyway. And so it's either vented to the atmosphere or it's burned off by flares, correct? So what you do is capture the energy that's currently now being wasted, and then you reuse that energy to generate electricity, correct?
Correct. For safety purposes, for federal law and common sense, the mine has to vent the methane, because it is explosive. They have to shut the mine down if it's over 2% methane inside. So we take the methane that's being vented and a concentration about 30% methane. So it's much different than a natural gas stream that would go to a natural gas power plant. That'd be over maybe 95% methane, if not more. So we're taking a dilute volume of methane that varies in its content, and really there is very little other use for it rather than generating electricity, but that is a very good use for it.
And the major impact to that is actually the reduction of greenhouse gases, and so that you're not creating these greenhouse gases, but then you're also reusing that energy.
Yes, if you were to compare 1 megawatt hour, and a megawatt hour is 1,000 kilowatts per hour. If you were to compare per megawatt hour that we generated with the methane, that would be equal to 4.5 times in Colorado the greenhouse gas reduction of a megawatt hour of, say, solar or wind energy, because we're not just generating electricity, we're also reducing greenhouse gas emissions. We have a large reduction in the greenhouse gas avoidance.
And so even with all of those benefits, there are some market impediments for you. And so you're currently in the legislative session trying to pass a bill where the renewable portfolio standard would be amended so that it would include the capture of methane gas. How's that bill looking, and how do you expect that to impact your business model?
Right, well, the bill we're a proponent of, House Bill 1160, would provide the electricity generated from the methane generation of electricity would be eligible for the renewable portfolio standard. So a utility could buy electricity from us, and it would count towards their requirement to have 10 to 30% of their electricity from renewable energy sources by 2020. So by so doing, we would be able to have a market for the electricity that we're generating right now. The only way to avoid the methane being vented to the atmosphere is to burn it. And we're getting ready to do that, but we think a far better use of it is to provide an additional electricity resource at competitive prices in the state of Colorado. And the bill would provide for that. Without that bill, or something like it, there is no incentive to produce electricity from the methane that's being wasted through the normal operations of the mine.
So this is the type of technology that we're talking about at the Global New Energy Summit, and these are really important aspects of our energy landscape. Thank you so much for being here today, Tom.